Hi everyone, this is Sean from Hancock Guitars with the second episode of Luthier FAQ, where I talk about some of the questions that I've been asked during the week about some of the products we stock at Australian Luthier Supplies. Now, the first question wasn't about something we stock at Australian Luthier Supplies, but it is an interesting one to a lot of luthiers. You might have heard people talk about the product Naphtha, especially in America. It's a solvent that's used for cleaning up things and it's very useful. But when you go to find Naphtha in Australia, you can't actually find it. They don't sell it anywhere. And that's because we actually call it shellite in Australia. And that's this product here. It's actually quite a common product. You can get it at most supermarkets, hardware stores, that sort of thing. And it's pretty much like lighter fluid. It does a lot of the jobs that mineral terps does, but without the fumes that terps has. So that might be handy information. Second question I want to address is about fret slots in fretboards and guitars. I get asked a lot whether you need a special saw for particular fret wire or whether you need a particular width fret slot for frets. And you definitely need a particular width fret slot for frets, and that width is around about 0.6 millimeters, but that width is universal. So almost all guitars have fret slots that wide, and almost all fret wire fits into fret slots that wide. So you can just buy one fret saw. For instance, this is an old version of a fret slotting saw that we sell at Australian Luthier Supplies, and it has an adjustable depth stop, or we've got the new circular saw blade, but they both do the same thing, and they both cut the width of the cut, or the kerf as they call it, is exactly right for installing fret wire, and that'll fit any of the common fret wires, any of the ones that we sell, and pretty much all others. The only thing that you also have to worry about is the depth of the fret. So when you're cutting fret slots, just make sure that the slot is going to clear that tang depth, the depth of the part of the fret that fits into the slot. So you want a little bit of space under the fret when you put the fret into the fretboard. You don't want the fret to bottom out in the slot. And you can always fill the edge of the fretboard at the end if you have some little holes left by that space. The third and final question that I'd like to address was about whether you can paint clear paint over shielding paint. We have this conductive shielding paint, and you use that inside the cavities of electric guitars to shield off the electrical circuit from unwanted hum, so that when you're playing your guitar, there's less buzz coming through the electronics. Now, the customer was asking whether you can paint the cavity and then paint your guitar with the clear over the body, and whether that clear would then affect the shielding paint. The answer is you can paint the guitar with the clear after you've done the shielding, and it won't matter if that clear coat goes over the top of the shielding paint. The only thing is you want to make sure that you have a clear path to ground from the shielding. So maybe mask off a small section of the conductive paint when you're doing your clear finishing, so that when you install a pot, it connects it up to ground in the end. You can actually see in this guitar, it's a factory built guitar, that's how they've done it. They've painted the cavity with shielding paint, and then they've gone ahead and sprayed the whole guitar with the finish, and it hasn't affected it. That about wraps it up. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button or subscribe to our channel. If you have any other questions you think might be interesting for these videos, I'd love it if you could leave them in the comments below.